What's going on, everybody, and welcome on in to episode 310 of the Garage Beers podcast, brought to you proudly here on the OBR streaming network. The Orange and Brown Report is the oldest, largest independent Browns coverage site in all of Cleveland. So get over to the OBR.com, hit subscribe, and whether you're watching us on Twitch or YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe, hit follow, hit like, do all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we are so excited. We got a great show for you here on episode 310. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. The Cleveland Browns and the NFL draft, that is in the books. We know who the Browns have added and how they approach things, so we're going to talk about that. The Cleveland Cavaliers right now are playing like they don't want to play anymore on the season, and if they keep playing like this, they won't be playing much more. But we're going to talk about the Cavs and this all of a sudden series against the Raptors. We're going to get into the Stanley Cup playoffs and just get caught up on those. We haven't talked about those. And we have got big news in guards ball world with their top prospect finally getting the call up. So lots of stuff for us to get to tonight on episode 310. And we're really excited you're here with us. If you are joining us live, make sure you get in the comments and you can be a part of the show. If you got stuff you want to say, you want to talk about, questions that you have, please throw them in there. We will get to them as the show goes on. With you as always, I'm your host, Michael Keefe. Find me online at Garage Beers Mike. Joining me, my two co-hosts, on the east side of Cleveland, it's Chad Meyer at Garage Beers Chad, and out in Seattle, Washington, it's Joey Whalen at Garage Beers Joe. What's up, boys?
Oh,
can you turn that the hell down? It's always something. It's always something.
It's more interesting than the Cavs game. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Heard an interesting question today. So put your thinking caps on. If you could go back and be a spectator on set to watch any movie being made, what would it be?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, right?
Wait,
kind of fun.
No, wait a minute. Sorry. No.
What?
Say it one more time.
If you could be a spectator on any movie set and watch how it's made, what would you like to be? What movie? I couldn't narrow it down to one. I couldn't.
I said Debbie does. I mean, wait a minute. No.
Which one? No. 1 to 32. You have a lot to pick from.
Oh man! All right, you could go if you narrowed it down so fast. What would you have narrowed it down?
I couldn't do just one, so I did a top 5.
Oh shit!
I said The Patriot. I said Godfather. I said Braveheart. I said it was a lot of like war movies, right? Because they have so many like special effects in them, but I also like am interested in how they made older movies too, right? With no CGI and like made their own special effects. So it's like Saving Private Ryan. And
go on.
10 Commandments. 10 Commandments.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Throwback.
Right. The old movies. How'd you part the Red Sea? Huh? Charlton Heston doesn't have that kind of magic.
Oh, fuck. My Wi-Fi's going to suck today. Sorry, boys.
It's all right. You're here.
I might do a quick reset later. But I was going to go comedy route to start because I thought it'd just be like funny to like laugh on set. And then the war one made me think of 1917, where they did like the one take where they had like 4 cuts in the entire movie. That would be very fun to watch be produced. Like you get to like 1 hour into the take and then somebody sneezes off cue and like reset.
Game over.
Start over.
Game over, man. Yeah, like my mind went straight to comedy, and first one I went to was just straight to Dumb and Dumber, just to watch Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels do their thing would be awesome. Then I went to Step Brothers because I think that might be like to be on set might be the funniest movie.
Sure,
sit and watch them do.
Sure.
What else? Oh, and then just a personal favorite comedy, but I love the movie I Love You, Man. And I think Paul Rudd, I think those guys would just be very funny as well.
Yeah.
But then I go to like maybe a movie like Interstellar.
Okay. All right.
Kind of cool to see how they do that. And then or Inception, because they were actually like, remember those scenes where they were like running on the walls and the ceiling and stuff?
Yeah.
That'd be cool to watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then man, Field of Dreams. I want to see those guys disappear in the corn.
Baseball.
I want to see those guys disappear into the corn.
Yeah. I mean, their comedies are all my honorable mentions, right? Like Caddyshack. I thought of Caddyshack. I thought Happy Gilmore would be fucking awesome. just to be on set 4.
Yeah,
Like, how does Adam Sandler do it? He just hit the ball that far.
he does.
Okay.
That was
All right.
that was real.
It's just a thing, huh? Okay.
He actually won those. He actually won those golf tournaments against Shooter McGavin. Obviously,
looks like the Cavs could use his point guard skills. But
well, actually, right now the Cavs are like tearing up the Raptors over the last minute. So I don't know what's happening.
Sick! Nice.
I don't know what's happening.
See, I told you. I turned it off, and here we go again.
Well, Donovan Mitchell. We'll get to the Cavs, but he in the first half of the game, he looked like he was moving in slow motion. Like he couldn't dribble around anybody. He couldn't get an open shot. He was like slow motion. Well, after a little bit of a slow start to the third quarter, he drove into the lane and dunked over the entire Raptors team. Like just like a throwdown dunk. And ever since he did that, the Cavs have turned it up. So we'll see what they can do. We'll get to the Cavs a little bit later.
Yeah, if we want to do some charity work for the show, be happy to start a GoFundMe to get me back to Spain because they did not lose when I was in Spain. So, they have not won since I've been back in the States.
Okay.
So,
all right, let's get Joe out of the country. Joe, get your ass out of the country.
Yeah, I didn't watch them, Joe. I didn't watch the first 2 games, blowouts. The second 2 games, they shit down their leg, and I watched those. I watched the first half tonight, and they were like. They were dog shit. So I'm turned on. You're welcome, Cleveland. If the Cavs win tonight, you're welcome.
Joe, you got to go back to Spain until they win the NBA Finals. It's going to be a long trip.
Okay. All right. Fine.
If you could finish things up at the Sagrada Familia while you're over there, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll put a couple bricks in.
Just make sure you get the black shit.
Mike Todd in the comments would like to be a part of Slapshot. Yeah. Oh, or like Monty Python and the Holy Grail would be fun. Oh yeah. Blazing Saddles. Oh my God.
Okay. Blazing Saddles, Spaceballs. Come on.
Spaceballs.
Surrounded by assholes.
It's so hard to choose.
So it's funny though, because I was driving around this week and then I had a situation and I was like, this is like a Chad beginning of the show question. So I had to throw it out there. Now, Chad, this may be more for you because Joe, you're not at the point yet. But I like Wednesdays.
Okay.
I drop my daughter off at my mom's house before I go to work.
All right.
And usually my daughter wants to listen to music, and it's usually the Disney, playlist.
Let's go.
And then I get back in the car to go down to work, and what stays on?
Disney.
The Disney playlist.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking of things that you can like use your kids as an excuse for.
Okay.
Right, like if I wasn't thinking about it and I got in the car and maybe I was going to like a work lunch with somebody and all of a sudden here comes Moana and they were like, you listening to Moana? I can be like, it's my kids.
That's it. That's it. I just keep it on. Keep it on for because of them.
Is there anything else like that, Chad, that you like it's a kind of about your kids, but you're like, yeah, me too though. Yeah, me too. I'm going to keep this on.
So my
you
kids
ever find yourself just sitting around watching Bluey? Just as an adult?
Bluey, I did. We're past the point now. But I did. My kids did have their Disney phase, but they had a different Disney phase, right? They didn't really they liked Aladdin, they liked Moana, but they never really became obsessed with it. What they became obsessed with was zombies, Descendants, those type of Disney areas. And yeah, I just those got some bops in them. Those got some bops that I kept on, right? We're gonna be fine. Zombies 2, just watch that. I'll dance and watch that all day in my kitchen without anybody looking.
And even if they are looking.
Yeah, I ain't scared.
Yeah.
I ain't scared, as Bone Crusher used to say.
Don't be scared.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, we got a great show. We're going to start by talking about the Cleveland Browns, the NFL draft, how that went this weekend. Then, again, we'll get into the Cavs, the Guardians, the NHL playoffs, so much more. So can't do any of it, though, before we start things off with our Garage Beers of the Week, where we go around and talk about what we're drinking this week. So, Joe, why don't you kick us off from out there in Seattle?
Got it.
Boom.
Yeah, we're pulling some ones from the fridge. I've had this on before, but Fremont Extra Lush. Oh, it's backwards. Triple IPA.
All right. Super lush.
Excellent.
Extra lush. Did you say triple IPA?
Triple IPA.
Oh,
yeah.
The percentage is going to be nice on that one.
Yeah, I made it move a little for Mike.
What is the percentage? I'll report back once I find it.
All right, you look for it. Chad, what are you drinking?
I went down to Third Eye Brewing Company, the number one brewery. Huh?
9.
What happened? Oh,
No, just
9.8.
9.8. Just 9.8.
Nice.
Light Woody.
But apparently the number one brewery in nationally ranked brewery. By the way, I don't know that's at least the last I saw. But this is the Inner Sight Black Walnut Brown Ale.
Oh yeah,
it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's got a earthiness to the black nuts, and yeah, this is just good. It's good. I like it.
it's just nice. It's just a nice. I like how you set that up with like this is the world's greatest brewery, and then you got to the beer and you're like, it's okay, it's good, it's nice.
It's pretty good.
It's a nice one.
Yeah, it is. Look at this.
All right.
Look at this. Oh, 3 years running, gold medal winner. Look at this.
Damn.
Award-winning. Okay, beer. It's an award-winning, pretty good beer.
You did it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, listen, if you're hanging out with us tonight, put in the comments what you're drinking. It'll bring it to me. And I felt like going with I don't know whether this is like a dessert beer or like a breakfast beer, to be honest with you. Maybe both. But I went up to Ellicottville, New York, to Ellicottville Brewing Company up there by like Holiday Valley, that area. And I saw this in the store and I was like, that sounds like something I could drink. I got the blueberry maple pancake barrel-aged beer.
For fuck's sake.
Now, listen, you would think this would be a big, heavy alcohol one. It's only 7.5%, which for like a barrel-aged beer is not the craziest. But it's got that kind of dark amber brown, and it is delightful.
What did Serge say about pure tree sap?
Well, that's Joe's. That's Joe's heavy ass IPA, which, by the way, Joe's going to try to get better internet, so he'll be back. But this is really good. It's not like too sweet, too crazy, but it tastes great.
Does it have hints of maple syrup?
Hints. Oh, you can definitely taste the syrup.
Oh,
but
right.
It's not super syrupy. It's not super blueberry. It's just got like little hints of it, and then it tastes like beer. I always am in for a good, even if it's like a dessert beer like this, a good beer that still tastes like beer.
Okay, all right.
I still want it to taste like beer. I don't want it to just have lost all beer flavor. And this still tastes like beer. So
syrup or syrup?
I go syrup.
Syrup?
Syrup's crazy work. Who says that?
Syrup. I've always said syrup. Is that the way you say it, or is it syrup? Like the official pronunciation?
It might be syrup. It probably is, but like it's hard. It's like hard to talk that way.
Syrup.
Hey, we're gonna have pancakes. Does anybody want syrup?
You got to get all sassy with it. I like it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is good. I'm gonna enjoy a couple of these. I'm gonna enjoy a couple of these beers. All right, those are our garage beers of the week. Tell us what you're drinking in the comments. But now let's dive in. Oh God, what a great TV show reference from Eastbound and Down. The way we're talking with all the fixins. I don't want any of those fixins.
Baby, I love you, but you got clothes like a fucking dickhead.
Such a good show. So good. All right, let's dive into episode 310 of Garage Beers, and let's start, Chad, with the Cleveland Browns, because the NFL draft is in the books. The Cleveland Browns add 10 players in the draft. They added a bunch of players in undrafted free agency afterwards. But again, I think you and I are very similar in that I don't really give a shit about your draft grade.
No.
But I think there's a way you can talk about the draft in the immediate aftermath where you can kind of assess what they did.
Sure.
And the direction they went without being like, this is an A+, they're going to win. They're going to win the I almost said Stanley Cup. They're going to win the playoffs next year.
Yes.
There's an in-between there. So just immediate thoughts on the aftermath of the draft.
Oh, well, listen, I think they nailed it from a needs, from a standpoint, from a talent standpoint. I think they nailed it, right? I mean, these last two drafts, honestly, it made me have the thought, and I didn't hurt myself, so don't worry, but I didn't do that. Whatever was holding this team back, right, from getting an influx of talent on this team is gone. I'm not saying it's DePodesta. I'm not, maybe Andrew Berry got better at his job or learned from some mistakes. He didn't have any first round picks there for 3 years. So it's whatever it is, it's gone, because I've been so impressed with these last 2 drafts this year, especially with the fact that it was nice because it felt like they just didn't overthink things. They said, here's a talented player at a position that we need. We identified him. Let's draft him. Right? They didn't overthink. They just went and they got talent. And I couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, listen, I always say this. Oh, all right, Joe's back. Hey, internet. I always say this when it comes to the immediate aftermath of a draft. I always just kind of view it in terms of, can I get behind and understand what they're trying to do? Right? It's not always just about the players, even though I'm very excited about some of these players and even some of the guys towards the middle of the draft. There's Parker Brailsford I'm very excited for. Not everybody is, but I am. I think there's a solid chance he's your starting center to start the year. But can I understand what they're going for? Or is it just, you go back to Siaki Ika and you're like, what the hell did they take Siaki Ika for? What's that? What is that? What even is that?
Yeah.
And it turns out they listened to their defensive coordinator who really wanted Siaki Ika, and now he's not with the team anymore. But everybody wanted him to be the head coach. I can see what they were trying to do here.
Sure.
I think they wanted Spencer Fano from the jump. I love again, I referenced it in my last show. I love the article that got written on Yahoo Fantasy from inside the Browns war room when Carnell Tate got taken. And a lot of people are like, oh, the Browns are probably bummed about that. And J.W. Johnson looked at Andrew Berry and goes, well, that's probably pretty good for us, right? And Andrew Berry's like, yep. Because he knew that probably there was going to be some trade up options or trade down options, whatever it is. But I can see what they're going for. They got their left tackle done.
Sure.
Check.
Yeah.
We have talked about it, Chad. Actually, you and I have talked about this. I think it's the first time I remember really having this conversation. You and I were walking the track at Buckeye High School before a game early in the season.
Yeah.
Or midway through the season. And talking about go ahead and take multiple. Go ahead and get 2 wide receivers.
Right.
You need them that bad.
Right.
They didn't take 2 wide receivers in the first round, but they got their number 1 offensive lineman. And then they got 2 of the top wide receivers in the draft.
Yeah.
Certainly the top 2 guys in the second tier of the wide receivers.
Yeah. Yep.
You built up 2 wildly important areas of your offense. You add a little bit to your defense. I just can see where they go. And then you get to day 3. And while Parker Brailsford, I think, is a little bit different than this, for the first time, maybe it is a Kevin Stefanski thing, and I was always a Stefanski supporter. But the clarity with which they talked about the way they approached the draft.
Right.
And you got to give a lot of kudos to Todd Monken, who really broke it down. Yes, we're looking for certain things. And in days 1 and 2, we're looking for players, impact, immediate, let's go. Day 3, we're looking for traits. We're looking for guys that have certain traits that we think we might be able to develop into something. It's not about getting impact right now guys on day 3. And that makes a lot of sense to me.
Sure.
And so from that perspective, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm going to be happy until Spencer Fano is bad or until Casey Concepcion is bad or something. Otherwise, I love the direction.
Yeah, you can only, you can only go by what you see, right? And what you've seen, what these guys have done in college is just is be a force, be dominant at their position. And I was also thinking of another thing there is one thing that I think we should start paying attention to when it comes to the Browns and Andrew Berry and his decisions, right? It feels like that they show their cards a little bit, all right, between the Browns and in the media. And it feels like just the tea leaves just are aplenty when it comes to certain players, right? You heard everything there is to know about Casey Concepcion and their visits and like how much he's been linked to the Browns, right? Like that shouldn't be ignored from here on out, right? You know, like how many times did we hear of Amari Cooper being linked to the Browns in a trade, but it just didn't happen, right? But then all of a sudden it eventually happens. Like I feel like that's something to pay attention to when it comes to this team going forward. You know, same thing with Spencer Fana. You know, obviously the rest of these guys we didn't really hear much about, but when the reports come out about how much these guys are linked to the Browns, I think it's something for Browns fans to pay attention to. So, yeah, it's just a little sidebar, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. The direction is apparent, and it's very nice to see a clear cut direction this team is going in.
Well, and then I made a video about this earlier, and guys, I think it was the afternoon guys. I think it was Baskin and Phelps that said, all right, what's the expectation for the Browns now? And I think that's a weird question because, again, we don't know yet. And again, if you're expecting them to just all of a sudden win a ton of games, you're expecting a bunch of rookies and second-year players to just be monsters. And who knows? But my expectation now, with the way the Browns address the offensive line this entire offseason, from free agency and trades to the draft, and now with what the wide receiver room is going to look like, which is dramatically different. My number one expectation and my number one thought going into this season, guys, is that there's no longer an excuse for the quarterback. So whoever it is that's going to play quarterback, no excuses anymore. You don't get the excuse of a bad offensive line because the offensive line is good. You don't get the excuse of no wide receivers because now you got wide receivers. Shoot. Now you got a good wide receiver room all of a sudden. You've got guys like Harold Fannin and Quinshon Judkins coming into their second year, and you got a new coach with a system that he's going to build around you. No excuses. Now, this is it. If you're Shedeur Sanders, you get this shot. This is it. And if it's not, and if Shedeur Sanders gets beat out by Deshaun Watson in training camp, then it was never going to be Shedeur Sanders to begin with.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that is the one cog in all of this, right? With how much of the talent influx that they have this year, it all depends on the quarterback. This season, every season for every NFL team hinges on quarterback play. It doesn't matter. Nothing else matters on this team, right? You could be as ecstatic as you want to about these, and they're going to be good. I feel like they are going to be good, but it lives and dies with how well these quarterbacks play, and that's going to be the big question mark going into the season. And it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Yeah,
listen, Spencer Fano, I've made it known. Just kind of going through the picks, I've made it known throughout the process. I always thought he was the best of the offensive linemen, and I think we strayed away from it just because we get tired of talking about it. But now he's a Cleveland Brown, and I am so thrilled for that. I think he's going to just be an instant fan favorite, and I can't wait to watch him push guys around.
The people who don't like Concepcion are Looney Tunes, by the way.
Well, listen, I just have kept fighting this battle. I think he's the best of the next group of wide receivers.
Yeah.
I would have rather had Mekhi Lemon. I would have rather had Carnell Tate than Concepcion himself.
Yes. Yeah.
But I think he's the best of the next group of wide receivers, which is still a good group of wide receivers. And then I think you got the next best in that group. So that is a beautiful thing. But it has consistently brought up people talking about something that I think we need to define something. Because people are like, Concepcion, he's fine, but he's not a number one wide receiver. He's a number two wide receiver. Can somebody explain? Can either one of you guys explain to me what that means as far as he hasn't even taken the field yet. So what are we talking about?
No, you can't.
What?
Yeah, you can't.
People have a definition in their head of what a number one wide receiver is just based on how tall he is. I had a guy on Twitter arguing that with me. Casey Concepcion is 5'11". He's not 5'6". He's 5'11". Again, I will say this forever. Jamar Chase is 6 foot even. He's an inch shorter than Jamar Chase. Like, he's a pretty average-sized dude.
Yeah.
I had a guy arguing with me on Twitter because of Concepcion's size. He can't be a number one wide receiver. And then he sent me a list of the guys that he would like to see the Browns draft that could be a number one wide receiver, and they were all like 6'2" and over. but he sent me the list. It was just their names and their heights and weights. And I was like, dude, number one wide receiver. Steve Smith was a number one wide receiver. He was little.
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown is crazy and kooky as he is. Number one wide receiver, and he was little.
He wasn't crazy and kooky for a while back on the Steelers.
Right. Again, Zay Flowers, who I think is a really good comparison.
Yeah.
Although I do think Concepcion is bigger and more physical. Pretty good comparison for how they could play.
Yeah.
He's 5'9", and he is the number one wide receiver on the Baltimore Ravens. Like
Stephon Diggs. I don't think he's that much taller.
No.
Yeah.
Number one doesn't mean big, giant, tall. Number one means who's the best wide receiver on your team.
Yeah.
And it could very well be KC Concepcion.
1,000%.
If you're going to throw out to me, this is a good one. The wide receiver that the defensive passing game coordinator builds their game plan around. Great. Love that. Does it have anything to do with height? No.
Nope.
Sometimes it does. When there's a rare combination of height and speed and size and physicality, sometimes it does. But it's not all about that. Plenty of game plans got built up around Antonio Brown and Steve Smith and that group of guys. So, again, can KC Concepcion be a number one wide receiver? Sure he can. Sure he can.
Yeah.
Especially in a Todd Monken offense, which knows how to use a guy like this.
Yeah, you never know who's going to emerge, right? Like we just mentioned, Steve Smith. He wasn't seen as a number one wide receiver. Come on, but he built himself into that.
Right.
And size does not matter. Size does not matter at all.
Keep telling yourself that, buddy. Keep telling yourself that.
Wide receiver wise. Yeah.
Oh,
wide
okay.
receiver wise. Yeah.
Having said that, again, Chad, my other favorite thing about what they did at receiver, again, the wide receiver room. I know when you say the words Jerry Jeudy after last year, everybody's like, he sucks. He's terrible. Get rid of him. He's not. He had a bad year last year. So did the rest of the Browns offense. And you would have wanted him to be better, but he wasn't. He was really good 2 years ago. So if you're going to tell me I get Jerry Jeudy, KC Concepcion, Denzel Boston, Isaiah Bond, Malachi Corley, and probably Ced Tillman as a guy that can go out there and do some things. Can we compare that to last year's wide receiver?
Yeah, no.
Where we were all trying to talk ourselves into Gage Larvidan?
Yeah. Listen, it's going to be much different year for Jerry Jeudy, right? The pressure's off of him now, right? He doesn't have to make all the plays. He doesn't feel like he has to make all the plays. And I think that's going to be a mental load off of his shoulders. And he can just kind of relax and play football. And I think I'm very open-minded to a better Jerry Jeudy this year than last year when he was it. Like there was Jerry Jeudy and everybody else last year in that receiver room.
Yeah. No, the wide receiver room is much better. And then again, I think you get players. Tell me what other players stand out to you in the draft. Because again,
from the Browns,
Fano, Concepcion, Boston, McNeil, Warren, Barber, Brailsford, Jefferson, Royer, Green, and Ryan. Tell me which other guys stand out. We talked about Fano. We talked about the wide receivers. Who else stands out to you?
I mean, obviously McNeil Warren. He was a steal to come up and get him in the second round. You know, a lot of people. He was number 15 on Daniel Jeremiah's big board.
Yeah.
Right. The Browns have not had. That's one thing this secondary has been missing, right? For as good as this defense has been, the one thing this secondary has been missing is a ball-hawking center field type safety. And that's what McNeil Warren can bring. He's a guy that causes turnovers. You can put him anywhere, any safety spot, or you can put him in a nickelback too. So I love the idea of him, and he can come up and just lay the wood too. Hopefully that doesn't turn into a lot of penalties in the NFL because it feels like it's impossible to play defense now, especially in the secondary in the NFL. But he's a guy who will lay you out if you're caught in the wrong position. But I really love the fact. I really love the idea of having a ball hawking safety just playing center field there, and hopefully he can cause a lot of turnovers. I do like Brailsford, like you mentioned, right? There's a lot of centers in this league that are 290 pounds and not even up to 300 pounds.
Really
yet.
good ones. Really good ones.
Really good ones. And the fact, and that's the only reason that Brailsford slipped to the 5th round. If he was 310 pounds, 315 pounds, he would have been probably a first, second, or third round pick, something like not first, but second or third round pick.
Yeah.
No sacks and 870 some snaps at center. He's really good in the run game too. So I like the idea of him. And then the rest of it we'll see, right? We'll see. Taylor Green. It's going to be
fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with him. Right. If you keep him at quarterback, he's like a 4 inches taller Lamar Jackson that needs more development. But, I can easily see some gadget plays being made up for him, right? Coming into the season, I could easily see some gadget plays made up for him. The tight ends, Joe Royer is an athlete at the tight end position. Guy eats up zone coverage.
He's the only pick I didn't like. The only pick that I was like, ugh.
Carson Ryan's a more well-rounded tight end in the 7th round. So, all in all, it was just those late round guys that we got I feel like they're solid picks, but we'll see if they develop into anything.
It was the only pick where I was like, I talked about how I like when I can like kind of understand what they're doing. It was the only pick where I was like, so you go with Joe Royer. Like, I even understand the Justin Jefferson pick. Like, I understand getting a freak athlete linebacker in the mid to late rounds of the draft just to probably play special teams, even though they wouldn't say that's why they drafted him. But I would imagine he's going to make his way straight to the special teams unit. And then you bank on a guy that's his size with 4.4 speed that hits really hard and can get sideline to sideline and see if maybe you can develop him a little bit. I understand that. I know it came out of left field to a lot of people, but I get it. I get why they did it. Joe Royer is like 100 years old. He left Ohio State because they wouldn't play him because he wouldn't block. He went to Cincinnati because he broke Travis Kelce's reception record. And I know everybody's going to talk about that, but it was like 49 catches or something. It wasn't like he had 100 catches. And it's because he doesn't block. So he really is just a wide receiver that gets called a tight end. It's the only pick where I was like, and maybe he'll come in and like make a name for himself. But I'm like, you already have this guy like Harold Fannin, who's not like your typical inline tight end. He's more of like an H-back kind of guy that's going to move all over the field. I don't see where Joe Royer plays into this at all. I don't understand that. That pick I didn't get.
It feels like they had to do. It feels like they felt like they had to do something with the tight end spot, right? Because again, I talked about tea leaves and reports and everything, and I after seeing all that and reading all that, I really feel like they wanted Oscar Delp there in that 3rd round.
Yes,
and when he got taken the pick before them, they were like shit. So and they traded out of it, and I really wanted Delp too. I thought he could have been something special, but Well, they got 2 tight ends, so we'll see what they make of it.
But I think. Also, kudos to Andrew Berry. He came out and admitted it. After the draft, they talked about the tight ends, and he goes, listen, we had some guys that we really liked, and he told Todd Monken that he would get him one of these kind of traditional inline blocking tight ends, and he'd be able to get him in the 5th. And then all those dudes came off the board. Like, it was wild. It was wild. Like, it was wild to watch some tight ends that were like all projected to be like 5th, 6th, 7th round picks start going off the board in the 3rd and 4th rounds.
Yeah, like who's the A&M kid? Your A&M kid. That was
Borkercher.
Yeah.
What are the Jaguars doing?
Yeah, I don't
know. Kesmerick out of Ohio State.
Right.
Like somebody's like just blocking tight ends, and they are just flying off the board. And listen, I'm cool. I like that Andrew Berry said, like, yeah, I kind of misjudged the shit out of this.
Yeah.
But who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? It's understandable.
I got to say, I love the new transparency approach with Barry and Monken. I really like that. It's like it doesn't feel like coach speak anymore. But oh God, what was I going to say? So we talked about Berkshire, the tight ends.
Oh.
What was I going to say? Oh God, I lost my train of thought there. I had something I wanted to bring up.
All right,
move on. We'll come back to it.
Other draft stories. Ty Simpson at 13, and I know that was something that had been talked about, but it's not just Ty Simpson at 13, boys. It's the Sean McVay reaction to Ty Simpson at 13. That was, and I know we dealt with this last year with them, with Stefanski and Barry looking like they weren't excited that they got Shedeur Sanders, but it's getting called out. Like, I guess Matt LaFleur got interviewed and he called Sean McVay like Mr. Grumpy Pants after the pick. I do think it's wild that Ty Simpson went 13th overall in the draft. But if they thought he was the second best quarterback and they think they're going to be good again this year and they're probably not going to have the 13th pick, like, it does kind of make sense to me to say, I mean, Matt Stafford's going to be gone soon.
After this year, I think.
Well, a lot of people are talking about it like, this makes no sense. And it's like, well, I mean, like, kind of does. It kind of makes sense.
What was stranger to me was the reaction after it. Like, right, McVay was like, no, I never met Ty Simpson. But then Ty was like, oh, no, Ty was like, no, I never even talked to Sean McVay. And then there was all of these, he goes on a radio show and he's like, oh, I had a secret meetings with Sean, but I was told to keep it quiet because they wanted Matt to know it was still his team. And like, what? Like Matt, I think Matt knows it's his team. Like, you didn't really have to.
You talking about the MVP? Are you talking about the MVP?
Like, I just thought the reasoning behind it. Like, you could have just said, like, no, like, Matt is, it's Matt's career is coming to an end closer than it is to the beginning, and we just need some guy to develop under him. We need a next man up once his time is over, and we feel like Ty was the guy. Like, it was just strange why it was like a secret but not so secret type of thing.
Whoa! In the comments, real quick. Chef Brian K is just over here inviting Phil to brunch on Saturday at 9 a.m. A Derby brunch for Phil is not a bot, which, again, he's not a bot. And he's just inviting, listen, I got brunch beers. These are brunch beers. Why am I not getting it? He goes, you can come because there's no OBR then. So the schedule's clear. How come we're not getting invites, Chef?
All right.
We'll come down.
Yeah.
We'll brunch.
How come we're not covering the Derby?
What are we going to talk about?
The horses.
You mean go down there and cover it?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Sick as hell.
That'd be fucking sick.
You know,
mint juleps are disgusting, by the way.
I like them. I'm in for
it.
You're sad. You're a sad person. Let's see what there's what? one thing. There's one thing that we can't. Talk about because I'm saving that. What else? What other interesting thing happened for our next segment after the draft?
Yeah, well, Glue Factory is going to win the Derby.
Well, all right. What else did we miss? What other interesting storylines happened? The Jacksonville Jaguars, absolutely
weird,
grotesque.
49ers,
weird.
Yeah,
weird.
Yeah. Stripling was projected to go in the fourth round?
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that. Like, I really felt like the first round went pretty. I mean, outside of Ty, but again, I understand why they would take him. Oh God, Carson Beck.
Oh yeah.
I love that. And he's like, is he going to play? I think he's going to play.
Didn't the Cardinals? No, wait, yeah, because it's just Jacoby Brissett and him, right?
That's it, and they're probably going to trade Jacoby Brissett.
Oh God,
no, thank you.
Carson,
our coworker here on the OBR really wants Jacoby Brissett for the Browns. No, thank you. No, thank you, please.
It's not that Carson Beck doesn't have any ability. He just doesn't even seem like a leader, right? He just seems like a quiet guy that kind of just wants to do his job and like he doesn't seem like a guy that's going to get in the huddle and command the huddle. He just kind of like.
Did you say Carson Beck?
Yeah, he seems like a guy that's just like, hey, all right, this is what we're running. Right.
He seems like a guy that can't throw the ball to where he needs to throw the ball to.
Yeah.
Which is a bad trait for a quarterback.
It's not good. It's not good.
Is your asshole of the week
yep.
AFC North team related?
Sure is.
I'll skip that as well.
By the way, I think overall, I think the AFC North had some pretty good drafts. I think Pittsburgh, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, did not have a great draft.
Hilarious.
Although they wound up with some good players. I think Cincinnati's going to be tough this year. If Joe Burrow stays healthy, that's going to be a tough team this year, especially with that addition of Dexter Lawrence. Oh my God, the Cavs have taken the lead with 10 minutes to go in the game, and it is crazy down there at Rocket Arena. I think the Ravens, the problem with the Ravens is that they just always take the guy that just makes sense. They grabbed that big-ass offensive lineman out of Penn State, Vega Ioane. Just such an easy Ravens pick. Even later, that kid, I really like that kid, Chandler Rivers, the cornerback out of Duke. And, of course, it's the Ravens on the clock. And, of course, it's Chandler Rivers that goes to Duke. Like, it's just the Ravens are the ultimate, like, you motherfuckers. That's how I always feel about them in the draft. They have the best you motherfuckers draft.
Yeah, and it's like, well, and that's the thing too. The thing is, like, it's not like they move to do it. It always just falls in their lap.
It's like there.
Yeah, they're just there, right? And and then Surratt and Jacoby Brown in the middle rounds. Like, come on.
Again, I think Elijah Surratt has a chance to be good. I know he's not going to separate at all in the NFL, but still think he can make plays. All right, we're going to go to one more Browns thing, but let's do our asshole of the week while we're on this topic because mine is just super topic friendly, and so I'll lead it off. My asshole of the week is the Pittsburgh Steelers, the stupidest assholes in the world. That situation with the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mekhi Lemon is my favorite thing ever, because it's a twofold whammy. And the Ravens, I love it. They got the 5'7" quarterback. They did sign Diego Pavia, which I was so hoping he was going to Canada.
He will.
The Pittsburgh, yeah. Well, he's on his way.
Eventually.
Yeah.
The Pittsburgh Steelers get a little bit ahead of themselves in the draft, don't they? They're feeling themselves. The draft is in Pittsburgh. They're feeling pretty good. Nothing can go against us. And so they're coming up with their first-round pick. And they make a phone call to Mekhi Lemon after Jordan Tyson went off the board to the Saints, after Carnell Tate went off the board early to the Titans, and the Pittsburgh Steelers call Mekhi Lemon. They say, hey, Mekhi, how you like Pittsburgh? How do you like it here? You having fun here this weekend? You want to play here more? You want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler? Mekhi Lemon's probably sitting there like, yes, sir. Yeah, I'd love to come play in Pittsburgh, blah, blah, blah. Here's the problem. Pittsburgh wasn't on the clock. And so, with all the rumors this offseason that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be trading A.J. Brown, the Philadelphia Eagles trade in front of Pittsburgh, and then they call Mekhi Lemon. And the video is amazing of Mekhi Lemon looking at his agent going, why is Philadelphia calling me? And then his agent starts freaking out because he's like, Philadelphia traded up, they're taking you. And it turns out Philly leapfrogs Pittsburgh. They take Mekhi Lemon, and on top of the embarrassment of this thing all happening on tape, on top of the embarrassment of that, Pittsburgh's there's going to be a punishment for this because you can't make a call until you're on the clock. You can't make that draft call until you're on the clock, and they're on video making that draft call when they're not on the clock. So what a bunch of assholes the Pittsburgh Steelers are. They are my asshole of the week.
Joey?
I'll also throw in as an honorable mention Drew Aller getting drafted to the Steelers. I feel like he didn't seem particularly excited about that.
He wasn't thrilled.
Wasn't thrilled. So shout out to Drew. I think he gets my pseudo cheer of the week at the same time. Watching this horrendous Rays and Guardians series, I can't help but think about I always give the front office such praise of their trades. And then I remember all the trades that we do with the Rays. And they don't work out very well. Like, maybe Manzardo is probably like the highlight of trades we've had with the Rays.
Yeah, how's that going this year?
But yeah, Jake Bowers for Yandy Diaz.
Not great, Bob.
Yeah. And what was the other one? Junior Caminero for
some rando.
That's
Myers,
Tobias Myers.
Yes.
Tobias Myers, yeah. That never showed his face in the big leagues. I would like Junior Caminero, please.
Yeah.
No.
There's that big bat we've been missing.
Send him back. Send him back.
Yeah. So yeah, that just was like pissing me off. I was just looking at it like, the former farm team of the Guardians playing against us, beating us 2 out of 3 games. I was like, yeah, that kind of blows. Not that I want like Richie Palacios back, but I do like his vibe.
Yandy was the guy that he just wasn't developing here. And then he goes down to Tampa and it's like year 1, boom, developed. And it was like, God damn it, Yandy.
Well, maybe
1 year earlier.
Maybe he was. Yeah. He just didn't show it.
Yeah. The Junior Caminero trade is just
heartbreaking.
Horrific stuff. Yeah. Horrific. So that's a good one. All right, Chad.
Mine's going to be the whoever decides about the food and the vendor, what new food items they have at Fenway Park. Because, just baseball parks, they have these new food items every year that everybody gets excited about. And they got a whole display and online and everything. And the reason why I'd say that is, I'm a huge fan of lobster. I'm a huge fan of poutine. I'd be a huge fan of lobster poutine. Would I be a huge fan of lobster poutine on a 95-degree humid day? That's just where the lobster and the poutine is just sweating.
That's tough.
and it's just the smell is just emanating in the entire ballpark.
That's tough.
That's putting fish in the microwave in the work lunchroom. That's what that is.
Imagine sitting behind it.
It's so fucking gross. It makes me want to puke. Like, so yeah, they decided on a lobster poutine. Like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do at the ballpark this summer.
Night games, September, October only.
Yeah, that's it.
That should be the rule on lobster poutine.
It's a major seasonal item, but no, God. Bleh.
Yeah, it's tough. All right, those are our assholes of the week. Look, Chef Brian K. The Steelers have always been Chef Brian K.'s asshole of the week. Phil says his asshole of the week is the Saints GM for taking Oscar Delp at 73 when we had 74. Let's see.
Dick.
All that. Yeah, great. All right, boys. As we approach 10 o'clock here tonight, let's just dive into a couple more things. I do want to talk one more thing, Browns, because I'm very excited to get your opinion on it. Where'd you go, Chad? I needed you here for this. He had to pee. Chad had to pee. That's a problem.
Cold.
Well, it's all right. We're going to start with it, and we'll let Chad come in. But how about the report today, Joe? Did you see it come through?
No, so this will be great.
Mary Kay Cabot reports that Deshaun Watson is in different terms, because I don't have it right in front of you, but like the clear front runner to be the starter for the Cleveland Browns. Ooh. That's what Mary Kay reports.
Ooh.
Deshaun Watson is in the driver's seat to be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
I would rather go 0-17 than see him get more than 10 seconds on the field this year. Truthfully, I think I'd rather waste this entire season, another year of Myles Garrett's prime, than see Deshaun Watson on the field. That is disgusting. I hope he doesn't. And if he does, then yeah, I'll leave it at that. I don't want to say anything too mean about it, but
no, be mean. You can be mean about Deshaun Watson.
You're allowed to be mean about Deshaun Watson.
No, it's too hateful. But I just hope he doesn't perform well and ends up on some. Maybe he goes to Canada. Can we do that?
I'm gonna tell you this.
Can we trade him for Diego Pavia when he goes to the Winnipeg Stallions or whatever they are?
The
Isn't
Blue
Watson?
Bombers.
Isn't
The
Watson
Blue
on the?
Bombers. Don't
Isn't
get that
Watson
wrong.
on the Canadian negotiation list? Isn't he on there?
I don't fucking know.
They probably won't let him in.
Maybe Google machine that. I think happy endings are legal in Canada, so he may be good up there. I think.
Here's what I will say. Again, if Deshaun Watson beats out Shedeur Sanders in camp, I'm good with that being the end of Shedeur Sanders in Cleveland. Like,
sure.
That's it. We could be done. If Deshaun Watson beats out Shedeur Sanders in camp, sweet. Shedeur isn't that guy. He's not going to be that guy. Because there's no way. Otherwise, I'm learning nothing by having Deshaun out there. And I know, listen, I've had people bring this up to me. Todd Monken at 60 years old is in win now mode because he doesn't have a choice. And it's his first head coach job, and things can go sideways fast, and he wants to make it last. He's in win now mode. He's going to pick the guy that he thinks is going to be the best quarterback. If it is so apparent after one voluntary minicamp, that Deshaun Watson is far enough ahead of Shedeur Sanders that he's in the driver's seat to be the starter, then Shedeur was never that guy. Period. End of story. We can run with Deshaun out there. I can be mad about it all I want, and we can get a quarterback next year because it ain't Shedeur. It at least gives us that answer because I've said all along, guys, what do we learn? Like, we should just play Shedeur so we can learn about him. Learn about him with an upgraded offensive line and an upgraded wide receiver room. But if you can't even beat out a guy that was ranked number 40 out of 32 the last time he played, and then he ruptured 2 Achilles in the process, if that's the guy Shedeur can't beat out, nope, no thank you. You can go to your next team. Deshaun, you can suck ass for a year, and we'll get our quarterback next year.
The best outcome is that, like, maybe we can trade him at some point just to get, like, like a 6th round pick maybe and have somebody take his contract. I don't know. Not that we need that because he's gone after this year anyways, but that's the only positive I could see. Can we get like some draft capital for him?
I would rather dive headfirst off the Sears Tower onto a thumbtack.
Poor thumbtack with your head coming.
Then watch Deshaun Watson play another down in a Browns uniform. But if he plays, obviously, I hope he wins games. It's the Browns, sure. Like, I'm going to hope he wins games, but I'm also at the same time hope he loses. Like, that's a thing. Like, if that's a thing, that doesn't make sense at all. But, like, I hope we win and he loses all at the same time. Deshaun's not part of your future at all. This is what, his last year, or he gets cut after next year, or whatever. All these fucking void years with the contract deals. I don't know.
This year would be the last year.
It amounts to, but he's not part of your future. Like, you're in win now mode. You would be in win now mode with a quarterback that's not going to be here beyond this year. So it's start Shedeur, see what you have in him, and then let the chips fall where they may. And that's the tough part, but that's the tough part about it, right? You say Todd Monken's in win now mode. You don't have the 2 quarterbacks that can win. You can win with now. You don't. So it's what is he supposed to do here? He's kind of caught in a rock and a hard place.
Pick the guy that isn't the worst human on the planet. Strike that for a couple reasons. One of the worst humans on the planet. One of the worst. Pick the guy that isn't just a horrific human being, and say, hey, we're going to go with the second-year guy, and then you need to go to Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam and say, hey, if I want to play Shedeur this year, you're the ones that drafted his ass. You're the ones that were in the room when he got taken. I'd like to see if this kid has anything, and if he sucks ass, I need you to tell me my job isn't on the line because of that.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. Sure. I obviously it makes sense. But I mean, if he decides that Deshaun's the better guy, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? It'd be a Brownsy thing to do, I guess. But
guys, the last time Deshaun Watson was a good quarterback, Bernie Kosar was in the goddamn league.
I know. Wait,
what
was
are
he?
we doing here?
Wait, what was he doing in 2020?
I don't know. But what are we doing here? This guy sucks ass. He sucks. He's a dog shit person. He has spent more time taking selfies in his ugly ass clothes in front of a Lamborghini that he fucking rented with money that he stole from the Cleveland Browns in Italy with his fiance who probably hates his fucking guts. He spent more time doing that shit than maybe spending a little time around the Browns, spending a little time in Cleveland, doing some positive image reformation. You would think this guy had one goddamn brain cell in his whole ass head. He doesn't have a single one. Doesn't have a single ass brain cell. I don't care if Deshaun Watson looks good in training camp and he looks good in practice against 7-on-7 when nobody's wearing pads. Put his bitch ass on the bench. Send him, let him ride the private jet. I don't give a shit. He can pay for it. He can ride his own private jet back to Italy where he can spend the season doing stupid shit that nobody cares about. Get him away from all of us. Get him away. Get him away.
I don't disagree with you, but it's an option you might have to deal with. It's an option you might have to deal with.
And I will deal with it. And I will root for the Browns to win.
Right.
I will always root for the Browns to win. And if by some miracle of God, Deshaun Watson becomes the only dude in the history of legs to come back from 2 ruptured Achilles to actually and being the worst quarterback on the planet, if he for some reason comes back from that, then I'm still not going to give him credit because he's a shitbag. But I would rather. I've had so many people come at me for this opinion. So if he plays well and they make the playoffs, you're going to be mad? I'm not going to be mad if they make the playoffs, but I'm not. Cool. Then what are we going to do next year? Let's say Deshaun comes out and plays the best he's played for the Browns. And they make the playoffs because this team is decent quarterback play away from the playoffs as currently constructed. Let's say that happens. You tell me, Joe, Chad, you want to be talking about contract extensions with Deshaun Watson next year? Is that the conversation as a Browns fan you guys want to be having? You tell me.
I'll switch teams. If we send Deshaun Watson, that's it for me on the Browns, to be honest.
Get him the fuck out of here. So it's the worst outcome of a trade. I hesitate to call it the worst trade because I understand, again, I've said it forever, I understand the motive behind the trade. And I don't fault them for being desperate for a quarterback and going to get a guy. I will never fault
but it is the
them.
worst trade of all time. I mean, sure, everything in hindsight is they shouldn't have made that trade, but it is the worst trade in sports history of all time.
Get him out.
Put the human aside for a second, just to play devil's advocate. I'm not saying I agree. Just to play devil's advocate.
It's okay.
Here.
I know you don't agree. That's fine.
What say he goes out and wins 12 games this year? Doesn't matter. Is there any amount of wins that could make you discuss a contract extension? None.
No. Well, first of all,
I'd rather sneak into the team facility and give laxatives to all the O-linemen so we have to start backups and just have him get crushed by TJ Watt.
Just Parker Brailsford's just shitting all over his hands when he's under center. Here. You know what? I'm going to put this up. Naughty in a sense in the comments says, 20 wins. 20. If he wins 20 games, let's talk contract extension.
Okay, because I think if he wins enough games, you might be talking contract extension.
I'm still out, to be honest. I will say this: I think even if it's a Super Bowl win, I will go there. If Deshaun Watson memorializes himself as the first Brown starting quarterback to win the Super Bowl,
that would suck so bad.
That would suck.
That'd be so Browns, though.
Get the team to Winnipeg, restart.
Yeah, just restart. Just hey, do you want to
New
move these
franchise.
guys to Baltimore too? Like, just move this group. Baltimore can have 2 teams. Give us another one. I don't know. I just am. I think it has us all in. We're all like worked into a shoot, to use a wrestling phrase, because I think anybody and their mother knows that
phrase.
anybody and their mother knows that Deshaun's gonna like go out in like training camp and like look good because
Sure.
he is still physically imposing. He still can throw the football around a little bit, but like even the people are like, well, it was Kevin Stefanski's system. I'm like, yeah, that's right. It was Kevin Stefanski's system that said, hey, Deshaun, you see that wide open 8-yard out? Throw it into the dirt. That's the play call. The play
20
call
more times today.
The play call is throw it into the dirt, idiot.
Keep
That's
looking
the
over
name
to
of
the
play call.
sideline to see what the coach is saying because
Coach
you
is
can't
like-
read a defense.
The coach is like,
This
hey,
is where
good
you have
job.
to
You hit
give-
the dirt perfectly.
This is where you need to give Kevin Stefanski roses. Like Deshaun Watson amplified how bad of a player he was because you could see how clearly open receivers were when he was quarterback. Clearly open.
Jesus.
And
Well, this better not.
Yeah.
It better not. It just,
Straight to the ground.
you can say all you want that it's all about wins and whatever for you, but nah, I'm not. I'm not interested. I would rather suffer my way through Shadur Sanders taking 18-yard sacks when he doesn't need to than to even have the possibility of like, oh, Deshaun Watson's back. No, the hell he isn't.
But it doesn't matter if it's all about wins or you're not. It's all about wins for the Browns. It's a business. If he goes out and wins 12 games this year, I guarantee you they're going to talk contract extension.
Well, Joey, get me a Seahawks jersey. All right.
Get my
I
jam
can't.
send the jersey and I'll be good.
I can't. I never wanted to talk about this asshole ever again, and here we are sitting here talking about this asshole. I never wanted to. All right.
Shame Shador couldn't play better last year because we probably wouldn't be.
Well, let's go to something else. All right. Let's wait. We only got.
You also have Dylan Gabriel.
Oh,
Hey, at least we got that going for us.
Let's not make
Hey.
this Shador versus Watson. You got Dylan Gabriel in the wings.
Dylan Gabriel is the most. Every time he throws the ball, I hear this sound, ah! And then the ball goes 4 yards. And you're like,
Listen. You talk about Deshaun throwing the ball in the dirt. At least we got a left-handed quarterback to throw it in the dirt too.
that's fair, and that's a really good point. Let's go. We're gonna skip. We're moving on. I want to talk about 3 other things before we get out of here, and let's make it in quick fashion. The Cavs have got 1:41 left in the game. They are up by 8 over the Raptors. They've played a really good fourth quarter. Thank God. So
See? It's not because
let's
I
see
didn't
if-
watch.
let's see if they hang on, though. The Raptors hit a shot, and then the Cavs went down and airballed 2 3-pointers. So let's see if they
Sick.
hang on, because we
Well,
know how these.
sick.
Now you know when the Cavs win today, you know what you're going to hear on Toronto Twitter.
The Cavs shouldn't have ever been in the game, and I don't know. It's just. It's
Oh,
odd.
well, Brandon Ingram's out with injuries, so they're going to be like, "Well, Brandon Ingram was in." Then.
Good. I hope he stays out. Let's go over to this. We haven't talked about this in a while, Chad. Let's catch up over here, boys. And this was I took this screen. I took this screenshot before the show, so I would imagine some of these games are final.
Pens and Flyers are going into overtime.
Yeah.
What is happening in that series?
The Pens are getting better switch goalies, by the way. Alexander Shelovs is in goal now, and he's playing much better than Stuart Skinner. And they're keeping everything with the Flyers to the outside. So, yeah, they've found a way to negate some of that speed from the Flyers.
Nice. Not nice. Don't like. The Flyers were up. Were they up 3-1?
Yep.
And now it's 3-2. And if the Pens win this game, we are going to Game 7 there, which is.
Back
I know
to
game
Pittsburgh.
7's fun, but like not there. Get
So much
Pittsburgh out
fun.
in the playoffs.
So much fun.
Yep, here we go. The Cavs have turned the ball over 3 times now, and now the shots, and it's a 4-point game. It's fucking ridiculous. All right, so let's talk about what's happened here. The Avalanche, the only team to advance,
Hurricanes have to.
Hurricanes.
Oh, yeah, they did. Yep. The Avalanche advance, dominate the Kings 4-0. Yeah, the Canes dominate the Sens 4-0 in the series. So the two top seeds move on. But what else? Chad, give us a rundown of what's going on in these series.
Stars and Wild is an amazing series. Just two fast and physical teams. Marcus Foligno's finally having his breakout postseason run.
It's very fun.
Yeah, a guy you wouldn't expect, right? You would think that Kaprizov, the Quinn Hughes of the world, but although Quinn Hughes has been kind of sick, like not like sick, like he's been awesome. So he's been kind of hampered by illness. But yeah, Minnesota is on the brink, right? Ottinger has also not been himself this series for the Stars. So that I would expect Minnesota to move on there. The Golden Knights.
It's been a great series.
Yeah, the Golden Knights and Mammoth, those two teams are so fast.
Wait, can we backtrack real quick?
All right.
I saw one of the prevailing themes I saw coming into this Stanley Cup playoff. Because Minnesota was kind of a fun pick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
One of the prevailing themes I saw coming into the Stanley Cup playoffs, and I heard it over and over and over again, was if the Wild get by the Stars in round one, the Wild are going to win the Stanley Cup. And I would like for you to look at what happens next. I think the Avalanche made a bit of a statement in their round one game, because I don't know where everybody was getting that, but what?
I mean, those first couple of games, I mean, they just squeaked by the Kings. It was only this last game, the sweep game, that they dominated them.
You won 4-0.
Well, sure. Yeah, but because the Kings are that team that just, I mean, I don't know. Pick whatever wild card team in any other sport that always makes the playoffs and just gets bounced in the first round. That's what the Kings are.
Yeah,
they're not that good, but also that Pacific Division was just pillow soft.
But also the Avalanche kick ass.
Oh, sure. Listen, on paper it should be the Avalanche and Hurricanes, but I mean, it's the NHL, man. Anything can happen.
Correct.
But the thing is, the Stars also are really missing Rupe Hintz. I mean, really, really missing Rupe Hintz. So they're missing his offense there. Golden Knights and Mammoth, those two teams are so fast. The Mammoth are so pesky. And they've been giving Golden Knights fits, and that's such a fun series to watch.
Yeah, that's been fun.
Anaheim and Edmonton, holy shit. McDavid, reports are McDavid's got like a sprained ankle, some sort of lower body injury that's hampering him. But the Ducks, I said it in my prediction video, the Ducks are also pesky, man. They got a good mix of veterans and young talent, right? And Leo Carlson, I honestly think he's the next Leon Draisaitl. So we'll see if the Ducks can close it out in Game 6 in Anaheim. On the other side, Sabres and Bruins, I think that that win last night with the Bruins was kind of a fluke. The Sabres are too fast for the Bruins, right? And nobody expected the Bruins to be there anyway. So I think the Sabres are going to move on there. And let's move to the other fun series, fun series in the Lightning in Montreal. Montreal just go into Tampa tonight and take a 3-2 series lead after another hard-fought physical game. The Canes they're so suffocating. They're so suffocating and relentless on both ends of the ice. They just outskate the shit out of you. If there was, with the Panthers out, if there was ever a time for the Canes to win the cup, this is going to be the year. And then you got Pens and Flyers. That's just has turned into a dogfight.
Yeah, keep us posted if you see any victories. But Chad, Joe, just to kind of put a button on it, knowing how things have gone to this point, if you got to pick a Stanley Cup champion, who is it?
Champion? I think I gotta go Avalanche. I just don't see them slowing down. They've been the team all year. They are fast. I don't think, maybe aside from Minnesota, I don't know if there's a lot of resistance in the Western Conference that can keep up with the depth that the Avs have. I mean, obviously, Oilers, Ducks, there's a lot of skill there. Golden Knights are not the same Golden Knights. Mammoth are pesky, but I think the Avalanche is the team that can go deep in a series. They will outskate you. They will outshoot you. And I'd love to see them against the Canes or the Lightning, to be honest. But I think it's the Avalanche.
Man, I can't pick one right now.
Chad, it's a podcast. Pick a goddamn team.
No, we'll move on. No, I honestly think it's going to be the Avs and Canes in the championship. I'm going chalk here because those two teams are so deep. And if I have to pick it, I mean, on paper, it's the Avs because I mean, with the depth moves that they made at the trade deadline, they are just so stacked from top to bottom. But the Wild can get them. I mean, if they're able to move on, the Wild can get them. Right? They've got good goaltending. They've got the star power as well, along with the depth. I'm sticking with Avs and Canes with the Avs winning the cup, but I mean that's not going to be an easy series for them.
I'm going to just say don't sleep on the Sabres because I know Boston's not great, and obviously Buffalo had a great year, but Boston might not be great. But for a team like Buffalo that has not been in the playoffs since Deshaun Watson was good, that's how long it's been, and even before then. That's how long it's been for them to be in the playoffs. For them to take out one of the blue blood teams, even though they're not having their best year. I have expected Boston, even though they're not good, to go in there and just kind of bully hockey their way through Buffalo. Because I kind of half expected Buffalo to go into the series like, we made the playoffs. Hooray. And then like just get their asses kicked by Boston, even though Boston's not very good.
Well,
that's not happening. And I feel like if Buffalo gets past Boston, let's say Montreal gets past Tampa, I feel like Buffalo can get past Montreal. I think that Buffalo-Carolina series, if that's what it winds up being, could be a fun series. I just feel like a win over like a premier franchise like Boston could launch Buffalo into the Stanley Cup Finals.
Maybe, but the thing is, and here's the thing: Buffalo is also deep, and they play the same style as the Canes and the Avs do, right? They're fast. They're a transition team, and they'll outskate you. But I always go to the goaltending, and the Canes have better goaltending, so that's why I'm putting the Canes into the Cup Final over the Sabres.
Yeah, fair. Okay, so we did this one. Now we can pretty much officially go to this one, which is the NBA playoff bracket, as the Cavaliers are going to take a 3-2 series lead. They're in a timeout right now, and I'm on Hulu, so this probably happened 17 minutes ago. But the Cavaliers up on the Toronto Raptors in this game, and Toronto gave the Cavs everything they could give them. Especially in the first half. In the first half, Toronto shot over 60% from both the floor and behind the three-point line. It was frustrating. It was annoying. But the Cavs came out with a purpose in the second half, and they get the victory over the Toronto Raptors. They take a 3-2 series lead. What happened? I did not see what happened with the Pistons and the Magic.
Magic won, or the Pistons won. So they're going to Game 6.
So they're going to go to Game 6. I know it was close, but the Pistons were winning. So Pistons keep their season alive. Cavaliers up 3-2. They go back to Toronto. And then you see here, Knicks won last night against the Hawks. So they're up 3-2. The Celtics up 3-2 as the Sixers have mounted a little resistance there, which I'm a little surprised by. The Thunder have gone through. They dominated the Spurs, as you would expect. The Spurs have gone through. They dominated the Blazers, as you would expect. And then you've got the Lakers look like they're going to run away. Whatever Kevin Durant does, it's just a nightmare. And, of course, it's been a nightmare with the Rockets. So the Lakers are going to run through the Rockets. And then you've got a good series in the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves lead 3-2, but the Nuggets have fought back in that one a little bit. So the West looks like it's kind of almost set, like it's going to be Thunder, Lakers, Spurs, and then we'll see. It's probably still Timberwolves, but we'll see. The East is much more fluid. Again, the Magic, one win away from knocking off the top seed. The Cavaliers got to go win a game in Toronto. Well, they don't have to, but it would be really nice if they freaking would and just get this series over with. But the East, more competitive over on this side. But guys, just talk about, for me, let's just talk about this Cavs win tonight against the Raptors. And again, when you see what the Raptors did in the first half of this game, and they came out and laid everything on the line. This I'm going to tell you what I'm looking for here. The Raptors came out and laid everything on the line. Donovan Mitchell came out in the second half and looked more like himself. The Cavaliers played with an incredible intensity. Evan Mobley, this is one of Evan Mobley's best playoff games ever, and that includes the year where like everybody was hurt against Boston and he like went off. This was awesome, Evan Mobley tonight. Win a team. This is what I want to see from the Cavs. When a team comes out in a half like Toronto did and gives you everything they can, and they throw a freaking haymaker, and you wind up winning the game, I would like to see the Cavaliers, for one time, God damn it, establish a little bit of dominance, go to Toronto, and I'm not saying this just as a fan, like I want them to go win. Of course I do. But it's not about that. It's about going up there and saying, you gave us your best shot. It wasn't good enough. Now we're going to give you our best shot for the next 48 minutes, and you don't have a chance. That's what I want to see out of the damn Cavaliers. They play this weird brand of basketball in the playoffs where you can't play down to teams in the playoffs. You can't. I said it, I think, kind of even before we came on, like it's almost like they play like they think they're better than everybody. And so like when Toronto is shooting 60%, they don't, like the first half, they didn't change anything. It's like they were playing as if they were the fans that are saying, well, Toronto can't shoot this well all game long, so it'll get better. You can't play that way. And so what I want to see out of the Cavaliers is knock that shit off. Bring this same intensity you played the fourth quarter with to Toronto and wrap this series up in 6. And then maybe we can get some belief going in this Cavaliers team again.
I was hoping to see that this entire series. I mean, you saw it in the first two games, right? Everybody was proclaiming the series is over after 2-0. But then they shit down their legs in games 3 and 4. And it's, this was the fear going into the playoffs, right? That this team has been so Jekyll and Hyde, right? And that this is the most underwhelming 50-win season I think I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, it'd be nice to see, but can you rely on it? No. Do they have the talent to do it? Yes, because they're much more talented than this Raptors team. But for some reason, it just, I don't know whether it's a mental thing. I don't know. It's just for some reason, it's just not a consistent effort night in and night out with the Cavs. And so it would be nice to see that in Toronto. That'd be great. Am I expecting it? No, but what I guess we're going to find out. I don't know when they play again, but we'll find out.
Yeah, in a few nights. I don't know. Just show me that you can be an NBA Finals team.
Sure.
And step one, it wasn't winning the 2 games in games 1 and 2 because we see the difference. Step one is going to be go to Toronto and take this inferior team. And it's not a knock on Toronto. Like they got good players on Toronto. Scotty Barnes is a force. He's a problem. And when Brandon Ingram's healthy, he's a problem. And like some of these guys are difficult to deal with. It's a well-coached team and they play hard. It's not a knock on Toronto. They're just not. This is an inferior basketball team to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Go to Toronto. Don't bring it back to Cleveland. Nobody wants a Game 7. Nobody's going to be impressed that you win here in Game 7. Go to Toronto, Scotiabank Arena, a difficult place to win, and establish yourself for crying out loud. And stop playing with this, like, to me, it's like such an apparent lack of like confidence and identity. You are the Cleveland goddamn Cavaliers. You got one of the highest payrolls in all of basketball. You've got all the playoff experience you could possibly want now at this point. Go out and play Cavaliers basketball and do not give them hope from the jump. That's what I would like to see out of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then I would like to see them maintain that intensity throughout the playoffs, because they did that to Miami last year. They suffocated Miami. They swept them in the first round. And then they got beat by Indiana.
Yeah, because waiting in the wings, right? Waiting in the wings is a Detroit and Orlando team that's going to beat the shit out of you. It's going to test your soft narrative, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, you establish yourself.
Show me that you've learned something over the last couple of years, because if you don't, boys, I had to tell you this, especially the way this playoffs is going, whether it's Detroit, Orlando, or Toronto, if any of those three teams knock the Cavaliers out of the playoffs, I hate to say this, but it's time to figure out a different way to build this team.
Yeah.
And that pisses me off. I don't want to do that. I love Donovan Mitchell. The addition, I would love to see like a full offseason program with James Harden. We got to figure something different out here, because you can't have the number one payroll in the NBA. And I know it's not like baseball where you can just buy championships, Dodgers, but like you can't be having soft exits in the first or second round. Cannot happen.
Nope.
That's what we need to see in the next game. But having said all that, I know it's a little bit of a downer like kind of talk. Cavaliers did what they had to do tonight. They got beat the fuck up in the first half of this game, and then they came back in the second half and they answered the bell, and they played with better intensity, better defense, better rebounding. They did everything better, and they got the victory against the Toronto Raptors, so they have the 3-2 series lead. All right, last thing, boys. Joe, I want to hear your thoughts here first.
Yes.
Let me throw it up on the screen, because the top prospect,
Bazzana,
the number one prospect for the Cleveland Guardians, Travis Bazzana, has officially joined the Guardians. So let's have a chat about this.
So exciting. I will say, let's go contextually first. The team is really struggling offensively. You have Daniel Sneeman and Brian Rocchio as your offensive studs right now, and like, that's not maybe how we drew it up going into this season.
Del Lauder's playing all right. He's doing all right.
But yeah, this past honestly series, that's it. Before that, no. They needed some type of spark, and they had a gap. Juan Brito wasn't cutting it. The game was a little fast for him. And I'm going to say the same thing for Bazzana. I think the game is a little fast for him right now. He's, 2 games in. I'm not going to judge too hard. Seems a little anxious and jittery. Had a buff biff throw today that led to an unearned run. Hasn't quite looked incredibly comfortable at the plate today, although he hit a ball what would have been a mile on any summer day, but unfortunately stayed in the park today.
Yes.
What I hope happens is that he, regardless of performance, is with this team for at least a month. Just a full solid month of Bazzana at second. I think it would be a crime if they, let's say the next, what is it called when you're away?
When you're away,
on
the road,
road trip on the road. Jeez,
did you have a stroke?
Those triple IPAs are hitting hard.
Yeah,
Oh man,
must be.
Hey, Chad, you know what this is? Joey's still on Barcelona time.
Barcelona. No, I'm not.
I have not fully recovered from the black
next
sheep.
road trip, though. Like, let's say he drops an egg.
Barcelona, Bazzana.
Let's say he's 1 for 33 on this road trip. Like, my advice, not that I have any say or like am an expert, but like, leave the kid in the lineup. Let him like see it and give him some time up here. because I get it with Juan Brito. Like you had Travis Bazzana on the wings, and like you had to make a decision quick on him. Put Bazzana out every day. Like the team is in a good enough spot right now. They're 500. They're not incredibly out of any race. This is exactly how they started last year. The pitching is phenomenal. They're going to keep you in most games. And I think you'll get enough support from some players to like win some of those games. And so keep him in. I'm excited for him. I'm so glad he's up. I think this is earlier than I thought. I was thinking late May. So yeah, super, super stoked that he's up.
Joe, I think a fantastic point, and I hope they do this. I hope they didn't bring him up for a stint. I don't want a stint of this game. Let him play. I don't care. Like, I care that Kyle Manzardo looks like he's never seen Major League pitching before. I care about that. That is very frustrating. I care that Stephen Kwan is batting like he's never seen Major League pitching before. His regression is unacceptable.
Should be studied.
No, it's unacceptable.
Yeah.
And he's a fan favorite kind of player, but we need to have a conversation about how you talk about a fan favorite player in a way that it's deserved, because he is deserving every criticism you can give him. Stephen Kwan is borderline benchable at this point. He's terrible. Travis Bazzana, this is his first time seeing Major League pitching. Put him at second base and shut up. Put him in second base and leave him alone. And when Gabriel Arias is back, trade him. And let Rocchio play short, let Bazzana play second. I don't want to do the uppy-downy thing. I think that is more damaging to a young player than just letting him figure out Major League pitching up here where he can actually see it every day. I don't like the uppy. You came up for 3 weeks. You didn't play real well. We're going to send you down. Boom, confidence smashed. Versus, hey, you've only been up here 3 weeks. Love your approach at the plate. Keep getting good swings in. We're keeping you in the lineup. What is better for a kid's confidence?
Yeah,
keep him in the goddamn lineup.
I also want to say I'm completely comfortable with Rocchio on this team going forward and playing shortstop. He has been far and away the highest performing over expectations wise player on this team.
450 with runners in scoring position.
It's automatic.
Yeah,
but he's good in the field.
Yeah.
And again, he's going to come down off of some of those kind of numbers, Chad.
No, he's not. No, he's not. You can't tell me any different.
No, he's not. He's the best hitter ever with runners in scoring position.
Yeah.
But if you're going to tell me that's my 9 hitter moving forward, I love it. I'll take it forever. And the defense he gives you at shortstop, I love it. I'll take it forever. The guys up front got to perform. It will not ever, I don't think, be Brian Rocchio's fault that the Guardians don't score runs.
No.
It's going to be Kyle Manzardo's fault. It's definitely Stephen Kwan's fault. It's going to be the guys that you expect to score and expect to produce. Those guys are going to be the ones at fault. Having said that, Joe, love that you called out the pitching between Parker Messick and Gavin Williams. I do want to call one dude out, though, on a positive note, because Tanner Bibby's getting a ton of hate this year. And I think unfairly, because he's the opening day starter on a young rotation, everybody's like, he's the ace. Tanner Bibby's not an ace, and that's okay to say. He's not an ace. On most rotations in the league, he'd be like a 3 starter, like a 2 or 3 guy. But on a young rotation, he's the guy they felt comfortable trotting out there night one. The hate he gets is not deserved. He's outside of that Atlanta game where he was a horrendous in the game. He's been really good this year, including in this series against the Rays. Yesterday's game, he was great. So the pitching staff has been nice.
Unreal. I mean, I cannot say enough good things about how Gavin Williams has been Cy Young level Gavin Williams, and we haven't gotten I think maybe once his first start of the season, we got the give up 6 runs and can't strike anybody out, walks everybody, Gavin Williams. He's been on that is your probably ace pitching, but then you have Parker Messick. That is just, I mean,
unbelievable.
That kid's something special.
If I'm redoing the rotation right now, it's Parker, Gavin, Joey, Tanner, and then Slade. Parker has been unhittable. Gavin's been great, but Parker has been unhittable.
Yeah, I will say I'm about done with Slade.
It's
done with that experiment.
It's Parker, it's Joey, it's Gavin, top 3. Yes, but I think Slade's fine as a 5, as your 5th guy in the rotation. He's your 5th guy.
I would love to see him go down for a little bit.
For who?
I think he should go down for a little bit.
For who?
Logan Allen. Is he still an option?
Logan Allen. All right, we got to end this podcast.
Although I will say this.
Colby Allard. Sorry, Colby Allard. That's what I'm thinking of.
We got to end this podcast.
I will say this though: the bullpen could stand to be a little bit better, just a little bit.
Yeah, Sobrowski, man, we talked about him for a minute on how he was unhittable. Well, he's been super hittable lately. And Cade is a roller coaster right now, so we need to get him to get it together. But again, that happens. Get him together. That happens.
If we're being careful, like with DeLauder, like they were with DeLauder, we're being careful with Espino, right? Like even if he gets called up this year, he's going to stay in a relief role, right?
Yeah. Yes, 100%.
Yeah. 100%. Okay.
All right, boys. 10:36. Let's get out of here with episode 310 of Garage Beers, but we can't get out of here without our cheers of the week. So, Chad, why don't you go first? Who's your cheer of the week this week?
It's going to be Philly fans. The biggest scumbag, the biggest scumbags on earth. But after I saw that T-shirt that they gave out the Flyers games, just fuck everybody. I respect them for just embracing it, right? They've never defended it, right? They embrace it. They embrace the scumbag role. So I got to respect them for that.
Respect it.
Yeah.
Love that. Joe, cheer of the week.
Sorry. I think I already gave it. It was Drew Allard, his reaction to being drafted.
Oh, that was hilarious. Hilarious. All right, I got 2. One, I want to do a little homerism here, but I want to give a shout out to everybody that contributed to the OBR Draft Cave. That's a lot of work. That's a shit ton of work. I spent all weekend on this microphone talking about the draft, especially at times where the Browns don't have picks. But everybody with the OBR that contributed to the Draft Cave, everybody that joined in, I mean, we had a lot of views and a lot of people that joined in with us. So big shout out to everybody involved with the Draft Cave. My other cheer of the week, and I have to give this out because it became a thing when I left the Draft Cave on Saturday, because I was getting text messages from my wife that was like, hey, what time are you going to be done? Because it's important and we have plans and we got to be out of here. And I was talking about it on the show, and then people were making fun of me in the comments, which was fine because I love it that way. But it turns out I go upstairs and my family gives me cards for Father's Day. My kids give me cards for Father's Day, and and my wife does. And Joe, again, for those that don't know, you're my brother-in-law. Your parents are over here.
What?
And everybody's like, happy Father's Day. And I'm like, you idiots, it's April. Father's Day's in June. Morans, what are you doing? And then I go around the corner into the garage, and they bought me one of the Blackstone grills.
Oh, nice.
Which basically just means they found it on a really good sale, and they didn't want to wait to give it to me.
Let's go.
I think it's great.
Okay.
Because I've cooked on it, I think, every day since Saturday.
Fantastic.
It is. I feel like if you own a Blackstone, you almost have to set up a TikTok channel to talk about how you have a Blackstone. I'm not gonna do that, but I will tell you that it's one of the great cooking devices, outdoor cooking devices of all time. I have made breakfast on that thing. I've made full-on dinners on that thing. My wife made like a full chicken in the oven. I made all the sides on the Blackstone. And so shout out to the family for buying it for me. Because we are eating good here in the Keefe house this summer. We're eating
okay.
Good.
All right.
We're eating good.
Oh,
so that's
secondary cheers to the NFL because reducing the time to 8 minutes, making that draft go by as fast as it did, like the first round.
I didn't love it. I didn't love it.
I loved it.
I would love for them to go back to 10 minutes. I think 8 minutes is too fast. Like from a viewer perspective, I think 8 minutes is fine. But like, I think there were a couple times where teams were like, holy shit, we only have a couple, like, this happened. We got to do this. I'd rather
they'll get used to it. They'll get used to it.
I'd rather have them have a couple extra minutes.
Yeah, they'll get used to it. It's fine.
All right, that's fair. All right, boys, let's get out of here.
I was in bed before 11 o'clock to get up for work because I have to get up so early. So, yeah, I loved it.
Hey, shout out to you. Shout out to Chad. Chad for early bedtimes.
Hey, fuck you, guy.
Early BTs. All right, that's going to do it for episode 310 of Garage Beers. Last order of business for us to give out our thank yous. First, big thank you goes out to the OBR for hosting us. Get over to theobr.com, hit subscribe. If you don't, you suck. So you better go do it. Also, big thank you to everybody that joined us in the comments tonight. It was awesome. You guys were great in the comments. It was great. I love everybody that just chooses to join us live in the comments are absolutely amazing. And remember, if you can't join us live for our episodes on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m., remember, you can always catch us on YouTube, Twitch, or wherever you get your podcasts whenever you want to. So go check out episode 310 and get ready for episode 311 next week because I'm sure it's going to be a great time. That's going to do it for us here tonight. For Chad Meyer over on the east side of Cleveland at Garage Beers, Chad, for Joey Whalen over in Seattle, Washington at Garage Beers, Joe. I am Michael Keefe at Garage Beers. Mike, go follow the show at The Garage Beers on all the socials. And until next week for episode 311, we'll talk to you later. Cheers, everybody.